We are experiencing technical difficulties. Please stand by. Okay. Yeah, seems to have fixed that lag. Whoops. I don't think I have it set to record while I'm streaming. It shouldn't be. I should have checked that first. Well, I'm not going to go for another 6 hours anyway, but I'm pretty sure when I have it stream, it only streams and doesn't record. I mean, there's separate buttons and everything for stream and record, but I think it will, anyway. That, just restarting the stream does seem to have fixed the lag. It might still be a little bit laggy from the look of it, but it's... No, it's done. That is definitely smooth and lag-free. Okay.
Now, you guys must understand by now, right?
More or less lag-free.
True identity of Nekomaru's killer.
Still a little bit, but it's fine. Shouldn't be enough to fuck me up in the rhythm games or, you know, anything else. God damn it, taskbar. Steam. Steam keeps flashing the chat window even when I open the overlay, the separate window still is like, hey, you have a message, and it keeps the taskbar up until I acknowledge in that window that a message has been received and read, even though I read it in the overlay version as well. And it keeps covering up my I could just make my OBS window smaller, but I don't know. Feels like a waste of space on my monitor to not just have the whole thing full screen anyway. But having the taskbar up keeps me from seeing like the status and everything of like my bitrate and the memory frame dropping and all that. Anyway, the true identity of Nekomaru's killer. You guys must understand by now the true identity of Nekomaru's killer. So it was somebody who didn't show up, wasn't in a deluxe room.
Oh, hold on a sec. Why does that lead to who the killer is?
Why? Well, that fact just now is a very important clue and a decisive factor in identifying the killer.
So, okay. Hajime was in Grape House with the girls because there weren't enough rooms on the guys' side. Which means... Fuck, I'm trying to remember exactly the situation in which we heard the crashing and rumbling. Sonia didn't hear it. Akane heard it. Chiaki didn't hear it. Nagito didn't hear it, but he was on the other side.
Decisive factor?
I feel like I Oh, cool. So Hajime understands Nagito, and I don't right now. Killer Among Us. Oh, fuck. Shit. Fuck. It's gonna make me guess, and I don't know. Is it Kazuichi? He would have been able to sabotage the elevator. And you think he's the only one, but I don't know if they accounted for him when the alarm went off. But that's not a decisive alibi because, you know, there's a 30-minute window between when that should have happened that is unaccounted for. It was not Fuyuhiko. Let's go by who it was not, who it cannot possibly have been. It's not Fuyuhiko. It's not Nagito. It's not Akane. It's not Chiaki. I feel like it probably wasn't Sonia, but could have been. If she didn't hear the rumbling, it is not Gundam. Is it Kazuichi? God damn it. I mean, they sabotaged the elevator. That's the only reason I think it would have to be Kazuichi. But I don't know for sure. I mean, maybe he went through the death room to try and prove to Sonia that he's like, hey, look at me, I'm so brave. Notice me. Oh, fuck. Not Akane, not Fuyuhiko. Not Nagito. He didn't know about the structure of the building until well after the murder. They seem to think it can't be Gundam because he responded to the alarm going off. Not Chiaki. I don't think it's Chiaki. I don't see how it could be Chiaki. Could potentially be Sonia. I'm gonna go with Kazuichi. It's not Kazuichi! They bolted out after hearing the alarm. Okay. It's not Kazuichi?
Crap.
Deluxe room should be the clue. Then it's Sonia. No? What the fuck? I, again, have no clue who it could be. If it wasn't Gundam, it can't be Fuyuhiko. Was it suicide? Did he kill himself? He still could have arranged everything. He wouldn't have had a problem getting through. But then, no, I don't think it could have been, because he would have had to put himself to sleep and set his... No, it's not suicide. Okay, fuck. I'm not sure it wasn't... Is it Gundam?
You're the only one.
How is it Gundam?
Gundam? There's something I want to ask.
I guessed it was him the first time, and they were like, no, because I was with everybody who was doing the fucking alarm clock and all that. But, I mean, I did say that doesn't necessarily account for the whole 30 minutes that it would have needed to account for, but, I mean, in that case, it could still be anybody. I'm not sure what exactly points to Gundam.
When the alarm rang at the Strawberry House Lounge, you rushed over there too, right?
Oh, he was in the... He shouldn't have heard the alarm, right? Was he in... He was in one of the deluxe rooms too. So he shouldn't have heard... Okay, that's where... Okay. See, if I had like a list of who was in what room, I would have figured that out much easier.
If the bell of catastrophe rings throughout the night,
Okay.
it is the universe's providence to stop it.
So it was him because, yeah. See, I couldn't keep track in my head of who was in what room exactly, but there were 4 and we only accounted for 3, so yeah.
Why were you able to hear it?
Hear what?
I mean, you were also staying in a deluxe room, right? Nagito was staying in a deluxe room in the same house on the same floor, and he couldn't even hear it. So why were you able to hear that alarm?
Now that you mention it.
Gundam?
There is only one possibility. You weren't in your room at the time. That's why, even though you were staying in a deluxe room, you still went to the lounge. Am I right?
Okay. Man, I liked Gundam.
Gundam, you have some sort of explanation, right?
Gundam probably couldn't return to his room because of Fuyuhiko. Me? After you saw Nekomaru heading to the tower, you stayed at the lounge for a while. Am I correct? Until the moment that alarm started ringing, right? If you were in the lounge for that long, the killer who had left earlier obviously wouldn't be able to go back.
Even though Mekamaru's murder was a death trap that utilized the alarm in his chest, the killer still needed to prepare the murder in advance.
Mm-hmm.
Like putting Nekomaru in sleep mode and tying him up with a wire.
In order to do that, the killer needed to be waiting for Nekomaru at the tower.
Oh, and he used his hamster to hit the sleep button. He didn't have to get the drop on him or sneak or anything. He just...
The killer was already at the tower.
Oh, shit.
Once they tried to go back,
It's totally Gundam.
because Fuyuhiko was at the lounge.
In their original plan, the killer should have returned to their room before the alarm in the lounge went off. And they were supposed to stay in their room. They weren't planning to come out and go to the lounge.
Which means they wouldn't have heard the alarm or the rumbling sound, thus proving they were in the room, just like us.
The best case scenario would have been if those two in the lounge had gone and checked the deluxe rooms. After all, if they personally saw the killer sleeping in their room, it gives the killer a stronger alibi.
So basically, the day is saved by Fuyuhiko's insomnia.
Unfortunately, they failed to secure that alibi.
Because I was in the lounge.
So the killer couldn't go back to their room, and ended up hearing the lounge's alarm.
It's louder than the supreme ruler of the netherworld bellowing for a sacrifice. How come making all that noise so suddenly?
But why'd you come out? You should have hid till the excitement died down. If Gundam tried to hide, and if those two went to his room to check on him, he would have been found out. That would have been the worst possible outcome. That's why he couldn't just stay hidden.
If those two had just checked the deluxe rooms as planned, that would have been ideal, but how ironic. The moment Fuyuhiko set foot in the lounge, your plan was doomed.
Gundam? Please, can you at least say something?
She likes him, so she's not gonna want to believe that he killed him. And we're gonna have to do the rhythm game on her.
Answer me this, including myself in my 4 dark devas of destruction. How many ears do we possess? The answer is 10. That's right, I possess 10 ears.
Is he trying to say one of his hamsters was out and told him that the alarm was going off?
That means I have 5 times the hearing of a normal human. The soundproof system here may as well not exist.
Bullshit. That's not how that works.
Your argument?
That's not how sound works. That's not how ears work. I mean, you could have... If I was gonna make that argument, I would have said that one of the hamsters was, like, out of the room and heard it. It's still weak, but it's better than trying to say, I have superhuman hearing because I have hamsters.
You bastard. Do you understand the situation you're in right now?
Do not panic. The truth shall now commence.
We just accused you of murder, and now you're trying to talk about the truth. I don't think we're gonna get the truth out of you.
Time, I left my room to go to the bathroom. By coincidence, I heard the alarm. That's right. That's all it was. The world is always so...
Nobody who uses the word coincidence has ever heard it be an actual coincidence.
Are you saying it was just a coincidence? Isn't that timing a little too perfect?
Don't ever claim coincidence. That's the weakest possible argument you can make for your innocence, whether it's true or not. If your only defense is that it's a coincidence,
It seems it was
you're
actually
doomed.
horrible timing on my part.
I see. You're still holding out. Well, you don't have to admit it. We're going to decide who the killer is with the majority vote anyway. So, why don't we just go ahead and start voting?
Okay,
It's obvious that Gundam is the killer.
well now I'm not so sure, Nagito. Because it's you saying it, and you love fucking things up for everybody. So there's obviously more going on here than at first it appeared to be.
Hold on a second. You know, Hajime, this class trial, this killing, it's merely the opening act, you know.
Fuck are you on about?
Hey! What do you mean the class trial is just the opening
This is the fourth one of these we've done.
Perhaps I should say it's just a farce. Just a boring farce. So boring, so stressful. I'm so painfully bored that I might develop stomach ulcers. Seriously. Let's just hurry up and finish this before I collapse from poor health.
Nagito, something definitely happened to you, didn't it?
Did he have some kind of remembering thing like Mikon did?
At some point during the investigation, your behavior became even weirder.
Which, for Nagito, is really saying something.
What actually happened? Did you discover something?
I mean, he discovered your file that says you were part of the people who instigated this whole thing. Why is nobody... I mean, I guess the immediate investigation at hand is a little more important and takes precedence, but... Nagito's not even going to mention the fact that Hajime was part of the reserve class and who were the people that the other file said started the whole thing.
Well, let's just leave that fun for later. And finish this opening act already.
You said opening act again!
Please hold on. We have yet to hear Gundam's rebuttal.
Just heard it. He tried to bullshit us into saying he had superhuman hearing, and then he tried to bullshit us by saying he went to the bathroom.
But he's completely shut up. Perhaps he can't argue anymore.
He tried to bullshit us twice in a row. You know, he should have started with the bathroom thing. At least that's plausible.
Gundam!
I was simply at a loss for words after being dumbfounded by your pathetic assumption. In fact, I shall deny the very basis. Your assumption has been wrong since the beginning.
Oh, really? Do tell, hamster guy.
Since the beginning?
Based on your assumption, I hung Nekomaru from the 4th floor of the tower and made the floor descend to the 1st floor.
So you had to go around to the elevator, take the elevator around to the other side, and then hit the button from the other side. I mean, hell, you could have even used your hamsters to sabotage the elevator afterward. I don't... we'll have to ask Kazuichi if that's possible, because he's the mechanic.
From there, after returning to Strawberry House, I was present when the alarm at the lounge went off, correct? Although going to and fro is busy enough as it is, how would I be able to travel between both houses anyway?
Through the secret passage.
Let's see.
Because you went through the death room. And that was how you found out about this all in the first place, which means you knew about the secret passage that goes, the hatch that goes from one to the other. That Nagito was talking about.
I recall, the killer tampered with the Grape House control panel, which shut down the elevator. Plus, the stopped elevator should have been facing the Grape House side. If so, the human who used the elevator would have left it at Grape House. For these reasons, it's an indisputable fact that the killer destroyed the elevator at Grape House.
That is correct. And you didn't use the elevator to go back.
And what's wrong with that?
If the elevator was broken at Grape House, you wouldn't be able to return to Strawberry House.
However, I was already at Strawberry House. I was present when the alarm in the lounge started ringing. Which means your assumption is clearly wrong.
No, because I know something you don't know I know.
Are you serious? And here I thought it's already been decided.
Have you learned your lesson, pitiful humans? You cannot overcome this contradiction.
It's obviously wrong. Nagito's sudden appearance. Wait, what? It's not one of the... Hang on. No, that can't... Excuse me. It's the fact that Nagito's can travel between the buildings because he did the...
That elevator was...
Hold the fuck on. Contact elevator. Apparently broken at the graveside. The last person to use it would have arrived at Grape House. That checks out. But that only checks out if there's absolutely no way to get between the houses other than going through the tower or the elevator, which Nagito's sudden appearance proves that is not the case. Why isn't that the evidence I have?
The only means of travel between the two houses.
False, false, false. That's false.
As long as that elevator was broken, your assumption collapses.
Okay, maybe I have to absorb something.
Plus, the elevator was broken at Grape House.
True.
If the killer cannot return to Strawberry House,
Since I was at Strawberry House at that time, there's no question that the following crime is impossible.
It would have been different if they had an accomplice.
No.
or if there was a secret
Ha!
passageway.
That.
How much longer do you plan to lecture me? Why don't we stop this already?
Yeah. Secret passage. I don't know why I have to do that when I can just use Nagito's sudden appearance.
The only means of travel between the two houses.
Oh, did I get it? Oh wow! I thought I hit the thought I hit the white noise by accident. I was trying to destroy the white noise. I accidentally fired. That shot was a 1 in a million.
Move between the two houses without the elevator.
Such a method does not exist.
It totally does. You know it, I know it, and you know I know it. And Nagito knows it, and he knows that I know it. And he knows that the killer knows it.
Then why don't we ask the person who actually used that method?
Seriously? Another one of these selection things? I could have just used Nagito's reappearance and, you know, cut out about
You're the only
30
one.
seconds of this unnecessariness, but alright.
Nagito, you should know.
What are you talking about?
Jesus Christ, Nagito. Do I have to present your account to you?
Don't play dumb. You appeared so suddenly that one time because you used that method, right?
Because I showed up.
There's a secret passage connecting the first floor of Strawberry House to the third floor of Grape House. Isn't that right?
Jeez. Once again, I let the reserve course show up.
Dude, get over yourself. People could die.
But you're right. There's a door on the floor of the Octagon, which is on the first floor of Strawberry House. After I opened the door and went down, surprise, surprise! I ended up in the Monokuma Archive, which is on the third floor of Grape House.
Meaning the third floor and the fourth floor are actually connected.
Absolutely correct.
Plus, once you've cleared the final dead room once, you can pass through it as many times as you want.
If they used that secret passage, they could have gone between the two houses as much as they wanted.
Infinity Unlimited Flame! However, what if the killer was unaware of the existence of the final dead room?
How could you possibly be unaware? We were all told about everything here, right? How can you be unaware of it? Something that indicates we were specifically told about all this stuff. The hammer. Maybe?
There's no way they didn't know.
That is merely an illusion you have fabricated from your own suspicion. If you value your life, you should stop with your scrutiny.
There's no way I can stop.
What did you say? Don't make me angry. You wouldn't like me when I'm angry.
Is that line copyrighted? I guess not. I don't know if you can actually do that. Hold on. What do we have? It's not the hammer. Something that proves he knew about the thing. If I keep scrolling through these, it doesn't actually start. I get a chance to think, but I have to keep going. Good night button, tripped over pillar. Clock's timer, radio clock, broken doorknob, wire. None of these seem to suggest... Was the wire in the room? None of this... Okay. Fuck. I don't know.
Even if the turbine box does...
Okay. Broken doorknob. I don't see how any of these... Well, let's just see what I have to...
You could travel through multiple planes.
God damn it.
Provided you use a spacious wormhole. However, how frail I say. Your decayed illusion.
God damn it, I can't...
Shall I feed you to the progeny of vile deities?
I hate this. You need to skillfully cut it. I don't even know what this is.
Even if the turbine box doesn't exist, you could travel through multiple planes. Provided you use a spacious wormhole. However, how frail I say. Your decayed illusion. Shall I feed you to the progeny of vile deities?
You're fucking kidding me. God, this is so annoying.
Even if the turbine box doesn't exist, you could travel through multiple planes. Provided
Okay, it's kind of going in a clockwise pattern.
However, how frail I say. Your decayed illusion. Shall I feed you to the progeny of vile deities?
There we go.
I already proved a secret passage exists. The secret passage was at the Octagon.
Means we have to prove that you knew about it.
Know the limits of your own reasoning. You say the killer went to the Octagon. Don't bark, you cur! If you don't want to drop,
Whoops.
at least pray to the key which dwells in the light.
Fuck. Evidence that the killer went to the Octagon. I should have it too.
Know the limits of your own reasoning. You say the killer went to the Octagon. Don't bark, you cur! If you don't,
No!
at least pray
I was
to
trying
the
to...
key which dwells in the light.
God damn it.
Know the limits of your own reasoning. You say the killer went to the Octagon. Don't bark, you
Okay, it's the
cur!
next one.
If you don't want to drown in the maelstrom of blind confusion.
What the fuck is he talking about? Is it the wire? They had the... I mean, the hammer. It could only have come from that room, which means the killer used it and placed it there to but it wasn't in the list of things that I have to... God damn it.
At least pray to the key which dwells in the light.
Fucking... None of the things I have are evidence.
Know the limits of your own reasoning.
God damn it. I hate not having time to fucking look at what I have.
You say the killer went to the octagon.
I mean, is it the wire?
You cur. If you don't want to try,
Fuck.
at least pray to the key which dwells in the light.
God damn it.
Damn it!
Even if the turbid box doesn't exist, you could travel through multiple planes, provided you use a spacious wormhole. However, how frail I say. Your decayed illusion. Shall I feed you to the progeny of vile deities?
I already proved a secret passage exists. The secret passage was...
Know the limits of your own reason. You say the killer went to the octagon. Don't bark, you cur! If you don't want to drown in the...
Okay, it is the wire.
Allow me to cut through those words.
I don't remember if we saw a wire in the...
Wire used to string up Nekomaru's body, the hammer that looked like the weapon, and the chain on the door in the tower.
Could I have used any of those? I don't...
Those are all the items that weren't in Funhouse.
Okay.
Where did the killer obtain them?
The hammer would have been the most obvious one.
The only place I can think of is the octagon. There were various weapons and tools there. I'm pretty sure I saw stuff like wires, hammers, and chains.
I mean, I
too.
definitely remembered seeing the hammer there. There was no
Since
evidence to
those
suggest that
items
any
were
of the
used in
other
the
stuff
crime,
was there, but I
there's
guess
no
it did
doubt
have to
the
come from
killer went
somewhere.
to the octagon.
If that's the case, they obviously know about the secret passage too, right?
Mm-hmm.
Seems this is the end.
Okay.
Normally, we'd end up listening to Hajime lecture us with a very long summary of the case.
Oh, do I get to skip making the comic this time?
But there's no reason to waste any more time on this opening act. So I'm going to end this right now.
Fucking Nagito.
Hey, what are you...
First of all, by messing with all the claws in the building,
So Nagito's just
Gundam
gonna...
tried to lure only
He's just gonna
Nekomaru.
take over and...
The elevator was probably broken by that point. Thanks
Wait,
to
I don't
that,
even...
Nekomaru wasn't able to, so he tried going over to Strawberry Tower, just like we did when we found out
I
the
can't
elevator
even-
was broken.
I can't even control the
It's
pacing of
obvious
this.
he'd attempt that. At that time, we didn't
It's
know
on...
the two
It's on
towers
auto
were
right
the
now, and I
exact
can't
same
turn it off.
place. Also,
Nagito is taking
Strawberry
over the
Hall
game.
wasn't broken, so he was easily able to enter Strawberry Tower. But surprise! Gundam was waiting for Nekomaru's arrival.
Hold on. If Nekomaru didn't go to Strawberry Tower, what would the killer have done then?
He wouldn't have killed him, obviously, but there's no reason Nekomaru wouldn't have gone to the tower, because Monokuma was threatening everybody who didn't show up for Tai Chi, even though he didn't really care about it.
Their plan was a balancing act of uncertainties, but even if they failed, they probably wouldn't have minded. They can just greet everyone the next morning as if nothing happened, and come up with a different plan.
And without such a risky plan, they wouldn't have been able to lure him at all.
I'm going to continue summarizing the case, okay?
Okay, I mean... I'm fine with not having to do this.
Through this, Gundam successfully lured Nekomaru to Strawberry Tower. There's no way he could fight head-on with the robotic Nekomaru. So by pressing the goodnight button, he rendered Nekomaru powerless without fighting it.
Where are we going with this? I mean, he used the hamster to hit the button.
Hold on! You... What did you just say? That I didn't battle?
What's wrong with that?
Don't mess with me! Don't mess with me! I cannot ignore those words!
He used the hamster to hit the button.
Why
you angry all of a sudden?
You fools do not understand. You don't understand at all. Ha! You make me laugh. After all this time, you still don't understand anything at all.
I don't understand anything. What does that mean?
Oh. I thought she was phrasing that as a statement, but she was actually questioning it. I was like, of course you don't, Akane. That's not, you're not that kind of character.
Here's, I cannot finish just yet. Maybe I'm just a human destined for hell. However, I cannot finish just yet. I cannot finish!
I'm pretty sure they make pills for that, dude.
What do you intend to do?
It's obvious. I'm going to destroy your illusory assumptions.
Okay, I would have thought Sonya would have been the rhythm game here because she didn't want to believe that Gundam would do this, but
Are you saying you still have more? You still have room to argue?
Your words. You said I pressed Nekomaru's goodnight button.
you can technically make the argument that you didn't and have it technically be true, but I believe you used a hamster to do it.
However, that button was on the back of Nekomaru's neck. To press it, I'd have to get behind him.
You don't.
It's not easy to get the drop on Coach Nekomaru. It's even more difficult if it's a one-on-one situation.
It's not one-on-one, it's 5-on-1. He has 4 hamsters that are highly trained, and we've seen them push buttons and interact with things before.
Just as I thought, truly frail. Succumbing so easily to this simple argument, it was just a mere illusion. If you want to set me up as the killer, at least surpass your own human limitations.
That's wrong, Gundam. You're the one who's wrong.
Oh, burn. Hajime with the reverse card. No, you.
Such a wonderful line. However, I cannot say that I'm satisfied.
Of course you're not.
Listen well. I shall teach you 2 tips for making someone admit their defeat. First, you must crush them with your own overwhelming power. And as for the other, you must provide a reason that will persuade that human. You have not fulfilled either of those yet.
Of course he doesn't want to admit it. And, you know, I don't blame him for not wanting to admit it. You know, if he loses, he dies. If you lose, everyone dies. But also, but if you win, he dies. If he loses, he dies. You know, it's, you know, he's got a lot riding on this. So, you know, you wouldn't ever want to just back off and accept defeat until it's absolutely not possible for you to fight anymore. You know, on either side of one of these killing games, that's, you know, it just makes no logical sense to ever give up. You know, if you're trying to get away with a murder, you're not gonna let anything. Don't go down easy. All right, here's the thing.
I won't let you. For the Tanaka Empire.
Boop, boop, boop. And I will not forget that I have the super whatever majigger.
For the Tanaka Empire.
Oh fuck, the lag is starting to pick up again.
Show me the cadaver.
It was only for a second though. It didn't ruin anything.
For the Tanaka Empire. Crushed as David prophesied. I won't let you. For the Tanaka Empire. Crushed as David prophesied. For the Tanaka Empire.
Fever.
I won't let you.
Got it.
If
4
Nekomaru's
dark.
back,
Whoop,
do you
shit,
really
no.
think I can get behind him so
God damn it. Really? It locks me into the...
You weakling. This pressure. Show me the cadaver. Amen.
4 Dark
Do you
Davis.
really think I can get
No,
away
the
so
4.
easily?
Shitting me?
You
God, I
weakling.
hate how stupid that is.
Pressure.
Okay.
Show me the cadaver. Amen. Show me the cadaver.
Okay. The 4 Dark Davis. Jesus Christ. It wasn't 1-on-1, it was 5-on-1.
Even if you didn't get behind Nekomaru, you should have been able to press the button on the back of his neck. As long as you have the power of the hamsters you keep with you.
Called it.
Oh? Are you seriously saying he used his hamsters to press the button on the back of Nekomaru's neck?
Why not? We saw them press a button earlier in this chapter.
Of course that'd be impossible for a normal hamster, but it would have been possible for Gundams. In fact, we saw that with our very own eyes, right?
Emissary of evil, in accordance with our ancient contract, the time has come to lend me your aid. Pierce through Supernova Silver Fox Sandy! Yep, and you know, you had to show off, Gundam. We would have a slightly weaker case against you if you hadn't done that. Not a lot weaker, but slightly weaker. You might have been able to poke a few more holes in the logic there, but even so, we saw you use one of those hamsters to get a piece of evidence for us in a previous chapter anyway, so we know they're highly trained. Truly, this is the skyline lamentation art of the demon mouse. Soon the door of destiny shall open.
Now that you mention it, after
Oh,
Ibuchi
I was just
killed
talking
in the
about
music
that.
venue, one of Gundam's hamsters retrieved a piece
That's
of
literally what I was
evidence
just
from the
talking about,
company,
too.
right?
Yeah, so even if you were able to resist showing off, we still would have had this kind of evidence against you.
Hey, with your friends and their exceptionally smart brains, it must have been possible to secretly get one of them behind Mekamaru and press the button on the back of his neck.
How
Yup.
about it, Gundam?
Yeah, crazy laughter.
Not just myself, but you actually brought up how splendid my subordinates are. I have no recourse but to admit it.
Admit it? Did you say you admit it?
It appears I've obtained a one-way ticket to hell. Fine! Then you must trample me underfoot and advance. Victory can only be built upon a foundation of corpses. You cannot find peace without sacrifice anywhere. Now, trample this life. Trample it as though it were mere trash on the side of the road. Pull the curtain strings of this worthless performance with your own two hands.
You done yet? Aw, man. I thought Nagito wanted to do the closing argument. Alright, let's see what we got here. I woke up at... Nekomaru wakes up. Does he need to sleep? Need to? Probably not, but... it does probably conserve power while he's... you know, having trouble recharging. Okay, so who set the lounge clock's alarm? I don't have that. Why did they have the hammer? Did they just leave it there to make it seem like that was the weapon? Who was in the lounge since early morning? That was Fuyuhiko. What time did Fuyuhiko see Nekomaru? Nekomaru came in. The hamsters attacked. They turned him off. None of these fit in here except... okay, this one. No. That's clearly already happening there. They hung him up. Killer destroyed what after leaving the tower? What the hell? None of this... what was the fake weapon? Okay, so So the whole purpose of the hammer was just to make it look like there was a different weapon. Definitely should have, you know, banged around with the hammer a little bit and got some oil on it. Gather to the lounge. Why did Nakamura fall? Because the thing broke. And I still have one. Who heard the rumbling noise? Everybody did. Except the people in the better rooms. Alright, back to the start. Who set the lounge clock's alarm? I'm set for 5:30 a.m. It's 5 right now. That. No? Shit. Gotta watch my HP a little bit. Door to the hall got destroyed. Fuyuhiko can't sleep. Got it. What time did Fuyuhiko see? Oh, it was 5. That's when it was. Okay. Wrapping the chain around the doorknob. Wire around Nakamura's feet. Okay, that's clearly already happening there. Is this... after that? Nope, shit. Okay. Oh, no, that happened after. Okay. The killer destroyed what after leaving the tower? The button. Got it. Okay. Start from the beginning again. Hamster pressed the button. Hamster and murder. He fell on the pillar. Messing with the base of the elevator. Meet up because of the lounge clock alarm. His weakness is that. His weakness is hamsters. He fell. It's not that pillar. We gathered at the lounge. Everybody on that side. Last ones. Okay. Who set the alarm? Kane heard Nakamura dangling. This one. Okay. Got it. And then the wire on the doorknob. Got it.
Here's everything that
Okay.
happened in this case.
Act 1.
Let's first go over the many tricks the killer prepared before they committed the crime. First, they destroyed the contact elevator. This separated Nagito and the others in Strawberry House from Argo.
Wait, so that was the first thing he did? I guess it doesn't really matter because if he can use a secret passage to go between them anyway, it actually does not matter when he destroyed the elevator, so okay.
Next, they lured Nekomaru out by himself by turning back all the clocks in the funhouse by 2 hours. Additionally, in order to secure an alibi, the killer went to the Strawberry House lounge and set the wall clock's alarm to 5:30 a.m. After finishing their preparations, the killer went to Strawberry Tower with the necessary tools in hand. They obtained these tools from the Octagon, which you can enter once you clear the final dead room. This means the killer discovered the secret of the funhouse faster than anybody else. That secret being, Strawberry House and Grape House are actually the same building. On the morning of the incident, Nekomaru woke up and headed over to Grape Tower for a specific reason. There, Fuyuhiko, who was at the lounge by coincidence, witnessed Nekomaru. According to Fuyuhiko's testimony, that was around 5 a.m., but by that point, the killer had already messed with our perception of time. In actuality, Fuyuhiko witnessed Nekomaru at 7 a.m. That's also the same time Monokuma Tai Chi begins. Nekomaru went to Grape Tower to participate in that. However, because the contact elevator was broken, Nekomaru was unable to go to Grape Tower. So he decided to try going to Strawberry Tower. But the killer was waiting for him there. With the power of hamsters.
With
they
the
were able
power
to
of
press the
hamsters.
goodnight button on the back of Nekomaru's neck.
That's a thing that has now been said. With the power of hamsters.
This forced him to enter sleep mode, rendering him immobile. From there, the killer began preparing to use the ultimate weapon. First, they set the alarm in Nekomaru's chest to 7:30 a.m. so he'd wake up. Then they tied him up with a metal wire, tied the tip of the wire into a loop, and hung it on the doorknob. After leaving Strawberry Tower, the killer then destroyed the door button to Strawberry Hall. They did this to keep us from entering Strawberry Tower, and to keep us from discovering the secret of the building structure that they used to kill Nekomaru. Then, they used the secret octagon passageway to travel to Grape House. After arriving at Grape Hall, they pressed the button to open the door to the tower. When that happened, the elevator-like floor of the tower began descending. And Nekomaru's body was still inside, dangling upside down in midair from the wire. The killer entered Grape Tower to see if their setup was successful. And placed a hammer on the floor to look like the weapon, then wrapped a chain around the back door. This was done to make us falsely believe we couldn't enter the tower from Strawberry Hall. With this, the killer finished their setup and tried to go back to their room using the secret passage. So they could craft their alibi when Nekomaru died from the fall. But something unexpected happened. Fuyuhiko, who saw Nekomaru earlier, was still at the lounge. As a result, the killer couldn't return to their room, and with no options available, time ran out. The lounge's wall clock alarm started ringing at 5:30. Well, actually 7:30. To avoid a worst-case scenario, the killer was forced to appear in front of Fuyuhiko with the others. When the wall clock's alarm rang, that was also the same time Nekomaru was waking up. He woke up while he was still hanging upside down, so he couldn't help but sway his body powerfully.
So, if he hadn't actually struggled, he probably would have survived. Just woke up very confused and been able to call for help.
Originally, the loop of wire was only supposed to slip off the doorknob. But because there was a heavier load than expected...
But I guess they wouldn't have had any way to get him down safely.
Nekomaru fell from the 4th floor all the way to the 1st floor. He crashed into the pillar, which decapitated him on impact, and died. The sound of Nekomaru's impact echoed throughout the funhouse. However, by this point, the killer's plan was about to fail, thanks to the broken doorknob and Fuyuhiko. Meaning, the killer is someone who wouldn't have heard the alarm if they were in the deluxe room. They also wouldn't have been able to return to their guest room, because Fuyuhiko was at the lounge. That someone is Gundam Tanaka. I can't think of anyone else but you.
Gotcha.
Splendid. That was splendid. For a mere human, you did quite well.
Stop. Stop it already. Stop using weird words to avoid the truth. Or I'll friggin' kill you myself! I cannot believe it. I just cannot believe.
Believe it.
You killed Nekomaru?
Yep.
I cannot believe something like that.
You don't wish to forgive me, do you feel regret? Then finish it! Cast your impure votes for Gundam Tanaka! My beloved, deadly foes, let the voting time begin!
Alright, 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 alright.
This result isn't all that exciting.
So why was Nagato bitching about an opening act and all that?
Now then, please pull the lever in front of you and cast your vote.
Nagato, you got something else you wanna...
Who will be chosen as please pull the lever? Crap! I bit my tongue at the most important part.
Man, I thought something was gonna happen there. Damn it, Monokuma. Yep. Who done it? You done it, hamster bro. It'd be bad if I bit my tongue again, so I'll speak slowly. Judging from the results, you guys were correct once again. Getting 4 in a row without any mistakes is a splendid achievement. I mean, I made a fuck ton of mistakes that time. Because I didn't have the list of who was in what room at the top of my head. That's right, the killer, the one who killed the robotic Nekomaru in the amazing funhouse, was Gundam Tanaka.
Nice.
Yay, I said all that without biting my tongue.
Now then.
Now that we've decided who the killer is, let's do the execution already and get this over with. Hold on. It's true the class trial is finished, but that doesn't mean the incident is over. We can't finish yet until we hear it from Gundam.
Jeez.
No matter what he says, it won't change a thing. Well, I have no right to stop you either, so do whatever you like.
Fall, my tears.
Why do you want to talk to one who has lost? The loser merely leaves. It would be just be unnecessary for me to say something.
Listen well.
Is what I would like to say, but for honor's sake I shall correct one thing. Correct?
How pitiful.
You guys said I made Nekomaru powerless without fighting him. That, however, is a great mistake. Huh?
Fine.
Nekomaru did fight. That is no mistake. And because he fought, he lost and died.
Damn it!
Lost and died?
This, too, must be the will of
If he
causality.
was just trying to cling to life, there are many ways he could have done so. However, he did not allow that.
You.
What do you mean? Explain. He didn't try to stay alive because he wanted to get everybody out of the funhouse so nobody died. I shall reveal it all.
Let's make history.
Within the final dead room, I discovered the secret of the funhouse, and I devised a killing plan with that, utilizing that secret. By tampering with all the clocks in the building, I succeeded in luring Nekomaru to the tower. And this is what happened. Nekomaru and I were alone in the tower, standing face to face with one another. I should say I expected as much from Nekomaru. He sensed my subtle killing intent and instantly understood the situation. And we had ourselves a stare down. In that situation, if he wanted to run away, it would have been easy for him to do so. He could have run away or even called for help. But he did not turn his back to me. Instead, he chose a fight that risked life and death.
That is...
A fight that risked life and death?
Let me tell
He was serious, too. He gave it his all to try and kill me. Huh? If I had died instead, the mystery surrounding the case would have been even more complicated. You would never know why I, the victim, went to the tower by myself.
I can see
Nobody would know that the victim, me, was actually the one who planned the whole thing.
Could it be?
Mechamaru really did that? I mean, I feel like if he did it, he would just confess so everybody could leave. And nobody had to be... Like, he would just confess and take the execution after getting rid of a murderer, attempted murderer.
Sensing even my subtle killing intent, as expected of you, Nekomaru.
The scorching, stinging, tense atmosphere. Been a team manager for so long, I'd nearly forgotten this. This is great! What a comforting atmosphere!
Or maybe he was just violent. And he didn't go the self-sacrificing route like I think he would have done. I mean, it would have made more sense for him to do it like that, because we did establish that he was the self-sacrificing type.
And what is your reason? Do you intend to resolve this situation by killing me?
I am the Warlock, Gundam Tanaka. Heroes, Lords of Darkness, and even the gods themselves flee from me. I need not cling to any trivial reason. I'm simply going to kill you because your very existence is an annoyance.
You'll drench your soul with evil until the bitter end, huh? Splendid! In response to your spirit, I shall kill you with all of my might. I won't go easy on you. Don't even think about holding back. Don't waste your breath on cowardly tactics. Give me everything you got.
Nekomaru Nidai, your blood will drench the foundation of my empire!
Okay.
That is...
Why? Why did you fight? We are all friends. Why couldn't you stop this? Even if both sides agreed, it was still wrong. I will not argue. I have no intention of forcing my values upon you.
Let me tell you.
However, I must say this. What's the point of living if you're just waiting until you finally die?
You weakling!
There's nothing courageous about that. That is abandonment, a mere feeling of resignation. Are you telling us to just wait here until we starve to death? I'd rather have that happen to us than have our friends kill each other. You mean you'd rather die? Ever since we were locked inside that building, everyone had been dominated by that feeling of abandonment. However, nothing is born from resignation. That is simply a reason to give up.
If you flinch, you will die!
Giving up on life. That's just an insult to life itself. Have you fools heard of the term dog-eat-dog? Cannibalism? In zoology, cannibalism is a commonly observed phenomenon. Many creatures at some point of their lifespan engage in cannibalism. I think lifespan is one word.
Listen well.
That is what it means to live. If you say killing for the sake of living is evil, then what would you call giving up on life itself?
I shall engulf this world.
If a world would consider that justice, then I will fight that world with every last fiber of my being. Giving up on life and choosing death is nothing but a blasphemy towards life.
I renounce
It is a violation of the natural order. It is the arrogance of humanity. You saying all that just to justify what you did? Sounds like Nekomaru felt the same too. That's why they fought, right?
Damn it.
Fine.
That man had the courage to die when he needed to die. That is why he challenged me to our battle. Regardless, as I've already said, I do not intend to force my values upon you fools. I have betrayed you all, that is the absolute truth.
Fall,
But
my tears.
even so, don't you think it's a better alternative to slowly starving to death in here?
Oh,
That belief is why you committed your crime?
you...
What about the final dead room? Did you do the Russian roulette too?
Let's make history.
Unlike Nagito, I only did it once, but Compared to my battle with Nekomaru, that was mere child's play.
Well,
After listening to you talk for a while, I'm starting to think that that's because you unexpectedly admitted your crime without much resistance. Gundam, don't tell me. You didn't sacrifice yourself for our sake, did you? I can't believe you would ask such a foolish question.
My name is Gundam Tanaka.
I am Gundam Tanaka, history's greatest monster. My cursed existence is feared by all mankind. There's no way I'd sacrifice myself for the sake of you fools. Ow. I just, like, slammed my teeth together talking.
Fade like dust in the wind.
Not in a million, not in a billion, not in 10,000 billion years. In the name of pandemonium, it is impossible. Is that it? Then I'll just leave it at that. Now then, let us be rid of this foolish talk. It's about time the fun started. Monokuma, let us begin!
Yes, indeed.
Yay! Got it! I have prepared a special punishment for the ultimate breeder, Gundam Tanaka.
please wait.
This is too much. Please, Monokuma, please help Gundam.
Huh?
Miss Sonia.
I beg of you.
How
Sonia. An act as unrefined as stopping a man from going to his death does not befit a noble such as yourself. Gundam. It's fine to start for reals, right?
fine.
Yes, I do not mind. However,
What is it, my four dark devas of destruction? Are you worried about me? Oh, my feared four dark devas of destruction. That is not like you at all. However, there is no need to fear. In this world, I am only a temporary visitor. I was simply visiting for a moment, and now that my duty is complete, I must return to the darkness. That is why, until the very end, pride, conceit, courage, insolence, fearful of nothing, daunted by nothing. Let us laugh uproariously! That is Gundam Tanaka! I shall stick with my evil until the very end! Open sesame pandemonium! I shall fill hell with true hell!
and I hate to see you go, Gundam.
Let's give it everything we've got. It's punishment time.
What do we got for Hamster Guy? Is it going to be hamster themed or dark magic themed? Or a combination of both? Maybe they'll summon a hamster demon that just eats him. Okay. Wait. Gundam Tanaka Stampede. Also might be good. I didn't even get a chance to read that, but okay, he's just going to run him over. Come on, let the hamsters go, dude. Okay, good. Is he doing an alchemy? Is he gonna have time to finish it? He's totally doing alchemy. And it did absolutely nothing. No. Well, that was a pretty straightforward one, honestly. I think it would have been cooler if he set himself on fire with that alchemy or something. Go out more or less on his own terms. Deny Monokuma the satisfaction of an execution. That would seem like a very Gundam thing to do, but Gundam, no. Even after Gundam is gone, the spirit of his parting words still lingered deep in our chests. Don't give up on life. Did I misunderstand what he meant? Then what's the right thing to do? I don't know. No matter how much I think about it, I don't know if I'll ever be able to answer that.
Damn it.
I'm so pissed off I need to throw something.
Damn it!
You all spend so much time worrying about each other, and thanks to that, things ended up like this. You're all full of shit. Every last one of you. But the biggest piece of shit is me.
Worst.
Why am I so weak?
Oh.
It's such a downer, clearly, but still. Even though we feel this way, we still gotta do our very best.
You are right.
This time around, we must move forward. We must continue to live and believe in our friends. If not,
You are
Gundam will
right.
most likely crawl his way out of hell, and I presume he will be very cross with us. You're right. Yeah. We shouldn't just stand here. I mean, it's not like this is over. We still have to do it. We still have to finish this. For the sake of our friends who have died, we need to finish this once and for all. So, don't just stand there. Stand up and walk. Move forward. Live. If you don't, everyone who fought and died will have died in vain. We can't allow that.
Hey!
How long are you guys going to stand around chattering? The class trial is over, so it's okay for you to hurry back over to Jabberwock Island. However, the killing school trip will proceed as usual, so make sure you know that.
Wait!
Hold on. How much longer are you going to keep doing this? Let's see, we're down to 7, including Hajime. So one more person can die, and we still will have a band of 6 to be the ultimate survivors, but... I feel like Nagito has to die. He's either going to successfully murder someone or be murdered. I bet Nagito kills Sonya. Or maybe he tries to, but she gets the drop on him and manages to kill him. How long is he going to keep doing this? I can't see any, like, Fuyuhiko has had way too much, like, development. And now Akane has, had to deal with Nekomaru getting killed. I think they're safe. It's safe to say that they will probably be survivors. Chiaki is... I'm 50-50 on. I don't think they would kill off the competent sidekick. But maybe? If I had to guess at one more murder, it's either going to be Kazuichi or Nagito. And the victim will probably be Sonya.
Now then.
Alright, after feeling down for so long, I finally feel refreshed. Let's hurry back and eat some food.
Hey, hey!
Hold on a sec, that mood shift is too damn fast.
It's not like that.
Well, it's like Gundam and Nekomaru said. It's what it means to live, right? She's certainly something else. But seriously, I'm starving.
Hey.
Then let's go back for now and eat. And then after we're full, let's sleep as much as we want.
Right?
And then let's do our best again. Yeah, you're right. With this, the class trial has come to an end, and once again we return to Jabberwock Island. The size of our group has definitely diminished. But despite that, if it was just the rest of us, even if it was just the rest of us, we did our best to stay upbeat and have fun together. Of course, our optimism was only superficial. But at that moment, we were able to forget the dark despair looming before us. However, the only thing I was worried about was him. He wasn't there. He suddenly disappeared from our sight. What? Nagito? Yep, I'm definitely lucky. I never expected to obtain so many valuable things from a simple game of Russian roulette. Thanks to that, I was able to learn the identity of our true enemy. And before everyone else, too. But it's just too funny. I mean, no one could tell that I was lying. There's no way the file had just Hajime's information. Of course not. Nagito, you little shit. I guess they were just too busy with other matters. Or maybe they've reached their limit. Regardless, I was saved. Things would get complicated if they found out. Anyway, I can't forgive this.
Damn it.
This should never be forgiven. There's no way I can let this run loose. I'll be the one who stops this once and for all. He knows who the traitor is, and he's gonna kill them. Or they will kill him.
It's obvious.
For the sake of hope, I cannot ignore this. What?
Monokuma appears!
All right, Monokuma has arrived. Who summoned me?
Now then.
Thanks for coming.
What's this?
Why, it's the lonely little Nagito. Are you all alone tonight, too?
What's the matter?
So what's up? Your face looks scary. I see, so you can tell. Perhaps you found out who the traitor is. You know me well, is what I'd like to say, but unfortunately I haven't learned that yet. I see. So even you don't know. Huh. Looks like the final showdown is going to take a little more time.
Hell,
So why'd you summon me anyway? Were you finally going to confess your love?
Hey,
I summoned you because there's something I really need to ask you. It's about the special prize from the final dead room. Oh yeah? What about it? There was information about 16 people in the file I received. But isn't that weird?
say what?
What's weird?
you don't even know.
Well, there's a traitor from the Future Foundation hiding among us, right? Including that person, the total number of students would be 16, right?
Isn't that right?
But this file contains documents that were created at Hope's Peak Academy, right?
Of course.
That's right. I just reused the stuff that the former headmaster spent a lot of time making.
But
If this file contains information about the traitor, was that person also a former student of Hope's Peak Academy?
Who knows?
I wonder.
hey,
Could it be? Is this your doing? Did you slip false information into the file? Were you trying to keep us from learning the traitor's identity by obtaining this information? What's wrong with that? It's my job to heat things up. It's okay to do something small like that, right?
well,
That's not my point.
right?
My point is you already know who the traitor is. What's wrong with that?
You're getting all riled up.
Well, you're splendidly correct when you say I knew who the traitor was all along. But even though I know who it is, why do you think I ignored it on purpose? It's just like Monami's after losing her magic stick. The traitor's existence means absolutely nothing to me. Their existence means nothing, huh?
No.
Well, that's just how I feel. I'm sure you guys feel somewhat different. After all, that person is the evil Future Foundation lackey who's been putting you guys through all this awful stuff. That's not entirely true. I didn't really come here to fight or anything like that. Instead, I came here to offer my cooperation, you know? Cooperation?
Hey,
Your purpose is to fill everyone on this island with despair, right? That's why you're intentionally letting the traitor do as they please, right?
Yep.
Yep. If that's the case, I might be able to cooperate somewhat too.
right?
However, in exchange, I want to know who the traitor is. I see. Interesting. Very interesting.
No.
Obviously, that's a big no-no.
Unbelievable.
I mean, I want to make sure everyone in your group feel despair. That includes you too.
Well,
I knew you would say that. Besides, I wouldn't just be able to handle the sadness when you inevitably betray me later on. Just as I thought, you saw right through me.
you're right.
No matter what situation I find myself in, my core way of thinking will never change. In order to create absolute hope that shines brightly, stepladders such as myself and despair exist. You're right. You're a true believer of hope after all. I must say, that belief reminds me of that person for some reason.
Huh?
Reminds you? I don't know who you're talking about, but if someone as worthless as me reminds you of some other person, they must be extremely unlucky. But you're just as unlucky, right? I mean, the fact that you're even involved in something like this.
Wow.
Am I? I actually think I'm very lucky.
Say what?
Huh?
You don't know?
Wouldn't you say that coming across this much despair is a rather rare opportunity? I can't rely on anyone on this island. That's why I have to be the one who does it. If I can eliminate despair from this island, I won't be a stepladder anymore. I'll become true hope. I'll become an existence that could even be called ultimate hope. The two of you are alike. You definitely remind me of him. Is he talking about Makoto?
Hey,
Or Byakuya even? Probably Makoto. There's one more thing I want to ask you.
see?
Who are you waiting for on this island? Huh? Looks like I'm right again. You're definitely waiting for someone on this island. Is the person you're waiting for already on this island?
Hey.
Well, answer my question. If that's the case, if that person is already on this island, wouldn't that be exciting? How much more time do we have to go on the countdown? 5 days left. Oh dear. Chapter 4, end. Doink, doink. Danganronpa. Cool. Fucking time is it? Almost 1:30. Not bad. The Hellhound earring. Oh. That was something that broke a case. That broke the case in the first chapter, kinda, sorta. Yes, I would like to save. Alright. That's gotta be it. Finish the chapter and all that. So, chapter 5, and then there's... Wait, how many chapters were there? Were there 6? Yeah, right. It was the same as the first game. So, chapter 5 is gonna be the weird murder. The one that's, like, super ridiculously crazy, weird, and impossible. And in the first game, it was the sham trial that Makoto almost got executed for. Yeah, this will be interesting to see. Nagito's trying some bullshit. I think the traitor might be Sonia. She's from a powerful family, and they might have connections with this foundation. But she's not from, like, a super, ultra, amazingly high-powered family. But that might be the connection that she has. And I think Nagito's gonna kill her. Or it could be that she kills Nagito. That Nagito tries to kill her, and she turns the tables on him somehow. It'll be interesting to see. But not today. Not tonight. Let's just go ahead and double check that save. Just to be sure. Alright. Back to the main menu, shall we? From the vending machine at this point. I think I'm past the point of any of... Apparently these 50 coin items are all for unlocking hidden scenes. Which makes sense because I had the camera for unlocking that one where everybody played the instruments just randomly. And I think one of them was like a spy on someone in the bath scene. I've read a little bit about some of the hidden stuff. No spoilers, but I've seen some guides that are like, here's how you get this hidden scene, and here's how you get that hidden scene. And I guess all of these, if you have these items, the 50 coin items, if you have any of those, you unlock certain scenes at certain points. But I'm pretty sure I'm past all of them. I think they stop at like chapter 2, after chapter 2 or 3. But yeah. Anyway. So yeah. Thanks everybody who showed up to watch, even for only a little bit. Thanks to the followers that I gained. I don't know if they'll stick around, but it was cool to see my alert actually go off for once. And yeah. I will probably pick this up next Monday or Thursday. I'll try for Monday. We'll see if it works out, but if not, then definitely Thursday. I'll see you on one or maybe both of those days. If I do it Monday, I might also do it Thursday. The future is unwritten.